We constantly hear things about how video games are like negative for people who spend too much time gaming, that they'll spend more time playing video games, sitting inside, not going out and finding new friends or communicating with their family and stuff like that. But as somebody who grew up with a pretty rough childhood, video games were my escape. And things like Fallout, especially, was a way for me to not only cope with how sinister the real world can be while also finding comedy in it, but just being able to digest it essentially and still find enjoyment out of it, right? So, throughout my life, I've ran away to video games, and my parents had me when they were like 30, 31. So, they, huge age gap, and they were, boomers, right? Like, they are not the kind of people who sit around and play video games. I've never been able to get either of them to sit down and enjoy video games with me. It was my brother, who's 10 years older than me, and my other brother, who's 13 years older than me. They're the ones who got me into video games. They're the reasons why I like the kind of video games that I like, which are Fallout and World of Warcraft and stuff like that. And my parents just, like, their hands were up with me. Like, they just didn't really do anything. So I've not really been like super close with them, especially when it comes to like my hobbies and interests, particularly with video games, right? And that's always made them keep me at arm's length because they could tell I just liked video games more than anything, right? Like, nothing they could enthuse me with was as cool as video games to me. And recently, because Fallout having a TV show, finally, for like the first time in my life, I was able to have a phone conversation of like over 20 minutes or so with my dad about one of my special interests, my favorite video game in the world, Fallout. He was telling me about how from this past season, little spoilers, his favorite thing, seeing like Thaddeus and the power armor and, making himself try to look like he was the other dude, and like he was just finding that arc like really funny because like the dude, he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he obviously is like really important to the story and stuff. Then he's like, yeah, is he a ghoul? And I was like, I'm not sure, he might be like a centaur or something, like we're not sure, but he's not like a ghoul like Coop, right? And I was explaining that stuff to him, and I don't know, I'm just wondering if anyone else has maybe something similar. I know a lot of people connect with the music with older people because of the music from Fallout, but now because Fallout's a show, it's like that's a positive thing about expanding it to more audiences and stuff. I know people are like, I'm tired of tourist season, but I just want to say I'm thankful that it's being expanded like this because that was really cool.